One of the biggest weeks in the world of strongman. We have the world's strongest man coming back to America, but we are coming to a new location, and that is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yes, and today they announced the groups.
Yes, 7 p.m. British Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America.
Yeah, they tried to live stream it. I
Yes.
think there was a bit of an issue with the live stream. So, but we still got all the groups through the Instagram.
Yep, so the world's strongest man Instagram, yep.
Yeah, and they look pretty good.
They look scary.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting world's strongest man this year.
World's Strongest Man is coming to Myrtle Beach on the 19th to the 23rd of April. All the events are going to be held at Borough and Chaplin, which is basically a large event area down by the beach.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have some land and sand events. We have 30 athletes and we have 5 groups. Like you were saying, the groups are only announced today.
Yeah.
So let's get into the groups. So for Group 1, we have Konstantin Ginasia, we have Pavlo Cardiaca, we have Pao Dwyer, Tom Stoutman, Bobby Thompson, and the singing strongman Eddie Williams.
Pretty tough group. It's gonna be very hard to predict who will go through and who will fight for the second spot.
Yeah, well, Tom Stoutman going for his third in a row world's strongest man.
Yeah,
he's going to have a big showing.
Yeah, no, Tom will be probably the favorite to win the group, but again, his performance at Arnold Classic was very mediocre towards his standards. So it's very hard to say what shape he will come in world's strongest man. And what do they had? They had what, like 5 more weeks?
5-6 weeks.
5-6 weeks to train. And Tom looks shape-wise, even he looks a little bit better. He seems like he's tightening
after losing
up
a bit of weight.
Yeah, he seems like he's tightening up his body, and based on his videos, he seems like he's coming into pretty decent shape, and so he will be probably the favorite one to win this group.
Yeah, I think Pavlo Cardiaca, with winning Europe's strongest man, is having a chance of leaving the group, going into the finals.
Yeah. And most likely he will be a second guy, and he will fight for that second spot in that group.
Yeah.
For the group 2, the athletes are Iron Bibi, Gavin Bilton, Fadi El Masri, Thomas Evans, Alexei Novikov, and Luke Stoltman.
We have another world's strongest man winner,
Yes.
and Alexei Novikov.
Yeah.
Like looking in incredible shape, like he was in Europe's Strongest Man, coming second to Pavlo.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 of the Ukrainians topping the table of Europe's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
Thomas Evans, like amateur Arnold winner last year, amateur Shaw Classic winner last year. Had his first real taste of professional strongman at the Arnolds this year.
And then we have Gavin Bilton. So he didn't do that well in the Europe's Strongest Man, but he had some, I think, like hamstring issues or back issues on the deadlift. But it seems like he's healthy now. And again, very tough group.
Iron BB. So he's not just going to be competing for records. He's actually going to compete in the full show.
Which way he will perform? Was he training all other events? So he just stayed focused on his shoulder press capabilities. So it's very hard to know. But still, nevertheless, when he was competing in full competition, he was fast. Yeah. So he might surprise people, with his performance in World's Strongest Man. But again, a very tough group.
So for Group 3, we're going to start off with Graham Hicks. We then have the Arnold Classic winner for 2023, Mitch Hooper. We have Mateusz Kieliszkowski, Matthew Ragg, Spencer Remick, and then Ivor Schmauslis.
I don't even know.
It's actually probably one of the tougher groups.
You have to pick Mitch Hooper winning.
Like only 5 weeks ago.
Or even Mateusz. Again,
as long as he stays injury-free.
Yeah, I was talking to Mateusz a couple of days ago. He seems like he's in good shape. And it doesn't seem like he's carrying any injuries, which is always good coming into World's Strongest Man. And I think Mateusz and Mitch Hooper will fight for that probably first spot in the group, and then second one it will be determined by the stones. And the way that they do in the stones, it's kind of I don't know if they did that before, where they're gonna do 120 each and then 140, and then they get down to 200, and then just
whoever
keep going.
Can't,
Whoever can't lift 200 after that. So in the group 4, we have Adam Bishop, Kevin Fears, Rauno Heinle, Gabriel Rehm, Jaco Schoenwinkel, And we have 4 times World's Strongest Man, Brian Shaw. It's his last World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
So he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, which I think he likes.
Yeah. from what it sounds like from over the years,
Yeah.
competitions he's been in, from like interviews and stuff like that, he thrives under pressure.
Yeah, and I think it's probably one of the easiest groups that he could have got.
Yeah.
This group is like doesn't have really these big names, but still gonna be probably for the second spot. It's gonna be a big battle.
So for Group 5, we start off with Jan Stefan Corbouf. We then have the 57-year-old Mark Felix, celebrated his birthday the other day.
That's insane.
We then have Aitor Ingelsson Melsted. We then have Trey Mitchell, Evan Singleton, and rounded off, we have Paul Smith. 57 years old.
Yeah, 57 years
57
old.
years
Can
old.
you imagine if he goes through the group into the finals?
That is crazy.
57. So there's no grip event in qualifying for the Trey. So he's probably the favorite one to win the heat. But Evan Singleton,
he is in on a rampage from the looks of it. Like he looks like he's after hitting training hard.
Yeah, but he's hit and miss.
Yes.
When he was competing 2 years ago in Giants Live and he was winning competition and challenging like Novikov and Stallmans for that top podium, I thought he has the potential of winning World's Strongest Man.
Yes.
But the following year with all these setbacks and we don't actually really know what was these setbacks. You know what I mean? Like we don't actually know what kind of health issues he was having. If he gets back to that shape where he was like 2 years ago, I think he can be a big threat in this year's World's Strongest Man.
So having athletes is one thing, but next we need the events.
Yeah.
So we have 6 events over 2 days of qualifying. So for day 1 of qualifying, which will be the 19th of April, we're going to start off with a loading race. We'll then have the deadlift machine making its return after roughly 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third event of qualifying day 1, we have a log ladder. So for the loading race, we're going to be on sand. We've seen some behind the scenes footage with Terry Hollins.
Yeah.
We've seen one of the implements you were saying.
Yeah.
It's like 3 logs strapped together.
Yep.
More than likely you're going to have a couple of sandbags in there as well.
Yeah, anvil and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you're talking 5 implements roughly. So the deadlift machine then, like we were saying, it's been 10 years since the deadlift machine has been used in World's Strongest Man.
And it's kind of easier probably to deadlift the machine than a normal deadlift.
Recently in Giants Live, we had the log ladder from 120 to 180 with only one athlete finishing the 180 kilos. So are we going to talk 180 kilos for the last one or 200 kilos for the last log?
I think it's going to be probably 180 because that was a good indication of
where every athlete was.
Yeah, what the athletes were. And 200 kilos probably it's too much of a task, especially it's going to be done outside, on the beach, sun and everything else. So
for qualifying day 2, it'll be on the 20th of April. We're going to start off with a Conan's wheel. We're then on to the kettlebell toss and to finish off the stone off.
The kettlebell will be the heaviest, probably 35 kg. Most likely, they really cool looking kettlebells. They big and chunky looking. Conan's wheel, I saw again on Terry Holland's video. One of the athletes picked it up, so it's standard Conan's wheel. And then stone off.
So those are the athletes, and they are the 2 days of qualifying. We'll make another video tomorrow, wrapping up on qualifying day 1 to see where the athletes are at. Do a full roundup.
I can't wait. I want to see. I want to see the guys actually in action.
You just have that little thing about you.
I have it. I want to see. I want to see how Tom is looking like. I want to see how's Brian after his leg infection, and I want to see Mateusz in action again. I want to see is he healthy and
make sure he doesn't get injury.
So we have a deadlift again. Like hopefully he won't lose too many points in the deadlift, and I
could see him World's Strongest Man.
Yes. So I can't wait for tomorrow. Actually,
whoever's going, let us know in the comment section down below. We know there's one subscriber, YouTube Connolly family, commenting saying that he's going to his first World's Strongest Man. Like I'd say he's just over the moon. He said he's so close to Myrtle Beach. There was no need not to go. Yeah. And the main thing is that it's free. We did a video of World's Strongest Man back at the start of the year for their Instagram. Basically, we talked about everything that's going on for this year's World's Strongest Man. But the key thing is that it's free admission.
Yeah, and the atmosphere will be totally different this year because of it. I believe there will be loads of people over there. and in on TV it will look great. Like like when you watch Europe's Strongest Man and there's 10,000-12,000 people, the atmosphere is unreal in the arena.
The sun, everything,
and
everything is just going to be
unreal
incredible.
Atmosphere on the beach.
I wish I was there. So like always, if you've made it this far in the video, make sure to like, make sure to comment. We want to know if you're going to the World's Strongest Man this year. We want to know your predictions. We want to know everything that you think is going to happen at this year's World's Strongest Man. Like we're saying, we're trying to make as many videos as we can for this World's Strongest Man week. And most importantly, subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure to press the bell icon. And like always, we'll see you in the next video.
See you guys.